The President of the Republic of South Africa, Pres.Ramaphosa, survived yesterday an impeachment in the Parliament.
I vote no.
I vote no.
The answer is no.
The vote is no.
I vote no.
Angivumi.
As a disciplined member of the ANC, I vote no.
No. No. No. No.
No.
No.
No.
No. Cha.
With my conscience, I vote no.
No.
Cha. Angivumi.
Uno omkhulu. Hayi andizi.
Hayi.
Angivumi somlomo.
Hayi unotshe.
Dlamini Zuma, NC.
As a disciplined member of the ANC, I vote yes.
Order, honorable members. Order. Order, honorable members. Please. Order, honorable members, please.
Well, that is where we get to start this video. As you just saw for yourself yesterday, the President of the Republic of South Africa, President Pres.Ramaphosa, survived an impeachment in the Parliament on Phala money saga. Yes, as you all know, it has been for some times now that the independent panel, it had submitted its reports, and it was all up to the Parliament to decide whether they should go ahead and place an impeachment toward the President of the Republic or not. But yesterday, it was the day we've been all waiting. So please stay tuned, watch this video until the end, because I have bring you a lot of analysis which I would like to take you guys point to point and try to analyze together with you and try to tell you who did what, for what reason, and who did not do what, for what reason again. Yesterday, unfortunately, I could not come and try to give you my point of view or my analytics, as we always do time to time to this video for those who always watch us. So, because when these things was happening, I was on the duty, I was working, and you know, when I get home, it was all kind of like a load shedding. So I apologize for that, but at the same time, I had to get more news about what had happened in the Parliament, get different opinions from the opposition leaders or the majority party leaders, and I had to recruit everything so that I'll be able to give you the best analytics. So thank you so much for joining us. If you are tuning in, my name is Dopsi Nyembe, and I'm here to do the analytics about different matters that is trending in the country. I hope you find something beneficial. Let me take also this moment to thank each and everyone who always watch my video time to time, guys. I really do appreciate you, because you always be very supportive, without forgetting our moderator Nomonde, who's been doing also a very good job through our comment session with everyone over there. So thank you so much once again. Welcome to Cool Bears, welcome back to another video. Without delay, guys, let's take this straight to the point, because it is very important we get to understand the drama that had just took place yesterday in the Parliament. In the previous video that I just played for you, you can get to see for yourself that we don't have what's supposed to be a parliament. Yes, what I'm trying to say by that is that some of the behaviors that happens in the Parliament, myself personally, I'm not surprised at all. Yes, I'm not surprised, because some of these behaviors, we've been talking about it time to time. Some of these behaviors we're seeing in the Parliament, even you, the person who's watching me, you are also well aware about it. Unfortunately, our politicians, all they do is to disappoint us time to time. Guys, we've been talking about these things of Phala, for some times now, and it had become as a song because obviously that is the actualities that is trending right now. And as we do in our channel is to look more closer to the trending matters that is facing the nation and bring out the best analytics out of it. So we've been talking about this time to time. We even do, if it was a game, maybe I can say we even do predictions. We predicted about what's going to happen. We get to look close to different political parties or politicians' point of view. We get to listen to what they are thinking about these matters, and we put everything together and we give you our point of view. And some people, when we're saying all these things, they thought maybe we don't have nothing much to do and we are wasting our time. Some people think maybe we're joking. Some people, they were not even too sure that things will get to this point. But now that these things are happening, if you are one of those who always watch this channel, you'll get to understand that we've been making sense in what we are saying. And whether you like it or not, we deserve a small credit from your side. And of course, that credit, you can do it even right now by just liking this video. Give me thumbs up. I really do appreciate it, because we said about all these things yesterday in the parliament, guys. The moment when Madam Speaker received the independent panel reports on Phala, she is supposed to call the parliament in 3 days only. 3 days. Instead, that did not happen. She had to go and come back and tell people that no, we have shift this day because we need to be able to accommodate everyone in the parliament. Something like 400 something members of the parliament, all of them, they should be there. Because since you guys know, the parliament was banned and they're busy fixing it. Recently, I visited the parliament. You know, they had blocked like everywhere around, and it is very hard for you even to have access in because they're busy building it or renovating it. So I came to you guys, I told you, like, I don't like this thing of Madam Speaker trying to extend the days of when they're supposed to all the members of the parliament to meet and discuss about this report. This is not a reason, because not long ago they've been welcoming almost everyone in that parliament, whether it is online, whether it is in the same hall, but they were able to accommodate almost everyone in the parliament. And if even that was not the case, Madam Speaker, she knew that there were an independent panel who was supposed to come and deliver their reports. And through that report, before she get even to receive it, she should have organize all these things at first. Make a plan. Knowing that, okay, in the near future, in 1 or 2 months, we'll have to accommodate all the members of the parliament in one place. Then in that case, I should start making arrangement right now. Unfortunately, that was not the case. She had to wait until when she received the report from the independent panel. That's already, it was something whereby, since the allegation against the President of the Republic are very huge, it was another way of politician trying to win time in order for them to come up with an idea. I'm sure you are being surprised saying what was he trying to say. Well, I'm gonna make it very easy for you to understand. Look, the day when they gave this report, or they published this report in the website, in less than 24 hours, Mr. President was ready to even resign. I get a chance to listen to one of his best friends who had to explain that the president called him to tell him that I'm going to resign. And this man refused, telling the president that you can't resign right now. And he even called other ANC members to come and tell them that, guys, you better do something right now because the president is about to resign. Do you guys still remember again when this report was published? In less than 24 hours, the presidency through the the president through the presidency announced that the president was gonna speak to the nation, he was gonna address the nation, and that did not take the place. Do you have any idea what was it that the president wanted to talk to the people of South Africa? Because until now, no one have heard anything about it. And this has nothing to do with ESCOM or any other crisis that the country we are facing as a nation. Obviously, because the president was more ready to clear his name and leave the office with his dignity. But in few minutes, I'll talk to you and give you some of analytics why the president had to cancel all those things. So I was just bringing this to tell you that they had to do these things by Madam Speaker in order for them to win time, to give the ANC, NAC members to the time for them to see on how they can prepare parliament members in order for them to vote against that report. And here comes yesterday, Madam Speaker, when she took word, she had to tell people that they all, all requests which was submitted to her office about the ballots to be the vote to be voted in secret, she rejected each and every one of it, regardless of where it was coming from. That was not a problem.
Honorable members, I am now ruling on this matter. And that ruling is that I have allowed you adequate time to raise at times spurious points of order, and I will not allow for a continuation of that now. I now rule that we proceed with the debate on the report, honorable members.
You see, that is the thing now. I keep on telling you that it was all the way they had planned. And during this time, as they were trying to plan to organize a big hall to welcome everyone inside, you get to see how the ANC member, they were busy defiling over on social media, TV, news, giving interview, giving the point of view. Some they get to attack each other, some they stick on the other side. And when we keep on telling people that there is a serious problem in the ANC, some of you don't believe us. But yesterday you saw it in the parliament. Guys, the ANC is full of hypocrisy. The ANC is full of chameleons. The ANC is full of people who can even, turn around your back and sleep even with your woman. But during the day, they are laughing with you, telling you how good you are or how important you are to them. There is a serious problem in the ANC leadership. Within the ANC members, there is a serious problem. See how they are busy cancelling each other, destroying each other on the race of the upcoming 55th ANC Congress, which will be this Friday, if I'm not mistaken. So, guys, after Madam Speaker had done or said all these things, it was the time where the politicians or the member of the parliament, if I'm saying politicians because that is the proper word that suits all of them, member of the parliament, they had to start debating or giving the point of views about this report. And I want you guys first to listen to the chief speaker of the ANC, what she had to say. Then I'll invite you also to get to listen to what the president of DA, John, had to speak as well. After then, I'll invite you guys to watch also what the president of EFF, in behalf of the opposition party, had to said about this as well. Then I'll come back for more analytics. Not anything which is more surprisingly. Yes, because this is the same people who have been having the same language over and over. And this is the same people who are applying the same language they have applied during the time of Jacob Zuma. So there is nothing much to comment about it. There is nothing much to be said. But the only things I can at least add in my analytics about this part of the video that you just watched is just that the ANC member, they seem to forget that they have used the same strategy before during the time of Jacob Zuma. And this strategy, at the end of the day, did not work. The same people who supported Jacob Zuma yesterday, they did turn their backs on Jacob Zuma. So all I'm seeing here is people who are trying to protect their own interest. And now that they've been threatened, yes, you guys, you saw the video of Mbalula, how he spoke, very serious. You saw the video of Paul Mashatil, how he also get to threaten these people. Besides that, in the next video that I'll be playing you guys, you get to see how the EFF and other political parties have to remind Madam Speaker on how some of the members, they are being threatened. And some of these members, they have to go and report this to the police, open a case, because they are being threatened of their life. So, obviously, this joined to what I said earlier on, that the ANC, it is full of hypocrite people, because all these people who just vote the one I showed you earlier on in the video in the beginning, well, you can tell that it is full of hypocrisy, because all of them, they were threatened and they had to stand one by one according to your names, and then you tell the House whether you had voted yes or no. Now that they had tell them what to do. Yesterday I get to listen to the Secretary General of KwaZulu-Natal, ANC KwaZulu-Natal. He was giving an interview somewhere. He also sent a loud message threatening people, saying that if you vote against this, against the President Ramaphosa, if you say yes, then the moment you leave the parliament, you must resign from the ANC. And once you resign, you must be ready to face the consequences. How could you say something like that on the TV? We all thought that that parliament, all members who were there, they're supposed to be voting with their free conscience, knowing that if I'm here, I'm not voting for my political party. Instead, I'm voting for people who had voted for me, people who have sent me here. Now that you get to listen to your political party, can you also tell us what did your people who voted you in your area or municipality, wherever you're coming from, where they voted you, can you also tell us what your people said about it? Did you consult your people? Because you get to listen to your political party. You get to listen to your political leaders. But did you also try to consult at least your community to tell them that, okay, guys, you are the one who have sent me to the parliament, but right now I'm facing a challenge whereby the political party, they are asking me to do this. What about you? What do you have to say? Did you ask your community about it? Right now, are you too sure that your community, they're excited of your vote? Because yesterday we get to see all of you in the cameras. Can you look yourself into the mirror right now and say that tomorrow in the upcoming election, if I go back to the same community, then I ask them to vote me again, will them be able to renew their trust in me? See, look at you. With all these questions, you'll see for yourself that you have messed up. And you messed up with your own conscience up. All these members of the ANC, they were all aware about it. They wanted to do something else. If it was not for this open ballot, and if they had only allowed them to vote in the secret ballot, maybe things would have been very different. So they threatened them and they look into their own interest and they gave up. See how pity it is. So I'm not surprised to get to see how the ANC, they spoke about this or what they said. I'm not surprised. These are just people who are trying to protect their own interest. And we get to see in the near future what will happen next. But another video I want you guys to watch is the one of the leader of the DA. What he had to say. President of Republic Cyril Ramaphosa, that what we did with Zuma yesterday, what we are doing with Zuma today inside the court, is what we're going to do with you if you don't listen. That is the message from the DA. Because, for an example, when you get to listen to him saying that yesterday it was Zuma, yesterday it was Zuma, today it is Ramaphosa, yesterday it was Kantla, today it is Phala. We all know what has been going on between the DA and former President Jacob Zuma. And we all know what is going on inside the court right now. And we all know what the DA present in this country. Yes, we need to tell each other the truth. We all know. Because, for an example, you agreed that Ramaphosa had violated the constitution on Phala, what. Okay, fine. Now, instead of placing an impeachment, DA, they are coming forward to suggest on how things should be done, saying that Ramaphosa should remain in the office, but by one condition: he must organize an early election, while we all know that the elections are supposed to be taking place in 2024. So when the DA is calling for the early election, they're expecting to have that election as soon as possible in 2023, somewhere in the middle of the year, June, July. This country should have someone else, and Ramaphosa will leave the office. So the DA wants the parliament to vote about it, and they should go ahead and do it. Obviously, it's because they also do receive instructions from somewhere to the open eye masters, as the EFF and Julius Malema usually call them. Because there is a way which is known already in the constitution of a president who violates his oath of office, how things should have been done. Instead, the DA, they are preferring to close the blind eye and try to propose something else which is out of constitution. And remember, anything that is out of constitution, once it's being proposed in the parliament and members of parliament vote for it, there is about 85% of that proposal to be executed. If there is any challenge, that is when they'll be able to take it now to the constitution. Because remember, parliament and constitution, they work, they're like twin brothers. You'll see the constitution will take some stuff, send it to the parliament, they approve it, they send it back to the constitution. Or either you see the parliament do something and they send it to the constitution, and the constitution approve it and they put it in the law. That is how it's happening everywhere. And that is the reason you get to see in Africa, we are having a lot of dictators, presidents who are in power forever and ever. You ask yourself, how do they manage? No, they do manage because each and every time when the mandate is about to expire. Each and every time when they're about to leave the office, they always come with an excuse to corrupt the parliament members to vote for them in order for them to remain in power. And they'll have to come up with an idea whereby the parliament members, they'll have to vote it, and they'll give it to the Constitution Court, and the Constitution Court will approve it, and that's how you see them, they keep remaining there. And that's the reason why you also get to see them placing people who they have trusted the most to be in the Constitution Court, to be in the Parliament, to be in the Senate. You know, they do it like that because they know that I'll need the help of these people. So I can't just place anyone that I don't trust. And that is the way we're getting in this country, slow by slow, without opening our eyes. So the DA had to send that message, telling Ramaphosa that we've been supporting you. We don't want to be radical with you as other political parties want to be with you. We don't want to chase you like the way they have chased Jacob Zuma. So we are suggesting this. So they know well that something have went wrong somewhere when it comes to this parliament, because there is a lot of explanation that the president is supposed to be giving to the parliament. And this explanation is, I always tell you in our videos, that there is no way that the president will come clean hands on this. Even people are defending the president. They are all well aware that there is no way that the president will go out of this free without having any problem. Because if he managed to answer this question, another question is waiting for him. If he managed to answer that question, another question is ahead of him. And at the end of the day, there will be even 1 or 3 questions which will hang on his neck that he is not going to be able to run away from. So therefore, the DA, instead of just going straight to the point and make everything be more clear, they decided to propose that election. And now that it's being rejected, their request is being rejected by the ANC leadership. Yesterday, that is how you get to see this man here sending this message to everyone out. So, for me, I'm not seeing anything surprising about it. Let's wait and see what will happen. Yeah, let's wait and see what will happen. But I want you guys to also watch what the president of EFF, Julius Malema, have said about it, because he had also to give his point of view. Then I'll see you after then for more analytics.
Mr. President, we must begin by expressing our deepest disappointment in you as an individual who has been celebrated as one of the architects of the Constitution of South Africa. Mr. President, I want to remind you that I want you of surrounding yourself with yes men and women who will ill-advise you in the interest of their stomach. I want you that you should not allow factionalism to dictate the decision you take when it comes to South Africa. I want you that the Ruperts and the Oppenheimers will not be there to defend you when we ask you to account for the decisions you implement on their behalf. I want you of how patronizing factions can be, because they will never tell you the truth. Now you have decided to take your very own parliament to court because you have allowed factions to guide your decision-making instead of your integrity and conscience.
You know, when you listen to him, first of all, it did not sound that loud as usual, because in his message, you can tell that this man knew already what was happening. Because remember again, this is the same man who've been predicting or telling people of what will happen in the parliament. A week ago, he had a press conference. He spoke about this day. Actually, he was even more excited when he found out that Madam Speaker of the Parliament, she have refused for the secret ballot. So he was so happy and so excited. He tell people that this is a good opportunity for the EFF and people of South Africa to get to see who's who and who's doing what in the parliament. No more hypocrisy anymore. Do you know why he had to say that? Because he knew already that there is no way these people will do the same thing that they have done with Jacob Zuma, to go and vote in secret. So they would like to put some pressure on the ANC, since now their conference is around the corner. That is how Julius Malema have to say it. He spoke about a lot of things, but he had to remind Ramaphosa who he used to be, what kind of reputation Ramaphosa used to have in this country, especially when it comes to this constitution. When it was written, given to the former president Nelson Mandela to sign it, because he had to remind Ramaphosa that he is one of people who was considered, or who was still considered. I'm not too sure about that, because looking at the things, the way it is going, I don't know. I don't know. But he had to remind him that you used to be an architect to this constitution. And what happened today? Something that you have done, you have designed, you have placed the rules on it. Today now, that it's now your turn to face it. You are turning your back on it. You are running away to assume your responsibility. He had to remind the President of the Republic that I warned you about these things. And yesterday I played you a video when he had to remind the president on how he should try to associate himself with good people, especially the youth, and not being surrounded by these people who are so hypocrite. Because as long as these people they are there, they will try by all means to protect their own interest. So the president of EFF remind him all those things before we get to reach to the point where we are. That it is how you get to consider politicians with their affairs. Sometimes this footage, these interviews, everything that is being said, it always sits somewhere. When I play you that videos, no one never believed that Malema had said so, because Malema spoke about this in 2015. No, 2018, somewhere there, as the President Ramaphosa was coming in the office. So, guys, Malema did not say much, obviously. He had just to remind him, and he told Ramaphosa that from now on, we'll treat you as you are. Go and ask him, don't ask me who's now Ramaphosa, according to the president of EFF. So, we will wait and see how they are planning to treat him. But after this vote was over, the ANC have won the votes in the majority. They went outside, and there were some medias who had to ask questions to all the leaders. As they were asking questions to Julius Malema, let's have listened to what he said. To not allow the secret ballot to take place. So, and one of the reasons that motivates him to go ahead and take this report to the to court is because of the fact that they feel like they are trying to do their job, to held accountable to the President of the Republic, and yet there is someone who's standing on the way, someone who's trying to protect their own interest. So he chose to go straight away to the Constitution Court so that they'll have to look and see the whole procedure to the yesterday drama. Was it respected or not? And let's say, for example, if the court have to receive these allegations, if the court, for example, decides to say that there was some violation about this impeachment vote and everything, then the court will tell the parliament to cancel everything and start again from zero. Because we all know that's how it works everywhere. But if the court refused to receive it, then whatever had happened yesterday, it will remain so. But one part I like in this video is when the president of EFF saying that we are not even there yet, kind of like trying to accuse Ramaphosa already. No. Because sometimes it's very important for him to remind also people, because we get to see people who are defending, you know, the president. They feel like it's all about Ramaphosa leaving the offices. That's, as I said before, it is a sign of people when, you know, you are guilty somewhere, and then you don't know you don't know what to do. So you just want to defend in any possible way that you can. So Malema is reminding people that no, we are not accusing the president already. The only things which was happening in the parliament was just for him to come and tell us his side of story. Guys, yes, 1, 2, 3 happened. Yes, no, this did not happen. Just to clarify things. And himself, the president, have said before that is ready to answer to the question, is ready to tell people about what had happened in the Pala. Now, all of a sudden, things change. We're now seeing another sort kind of reactions from the ANC members and other people in the parliament. All of a sudden, we get to see a president who was almost resigned from the office. He ended up becoming quiet. He muted himself. He disappeared. Nowhere to find him. In the parliament, he was not there. Since he promised the people that he's going to talk to the nation, that has not happened. No one even come back and try to explain to people why the president canceled his address to the nation. Now the next thing is threatening people in the parliament to not vote against the president. What is it there that is hiding? Is this now giving people who've been saying that the president violated the constitutional right? Because if I know I'm innocent, I don't have anything to hide, then I'll definitely have to face the people whoever will try to come and challenge me. But now you get to see the ANC, NEC, they sit there in Nazareth that no, we're going to review this report. Since they went there, nothing special came out. You guys will get to see this guy here. He came trying to explain on how they suspended some people from not giving their point of view in that meeting. He came forward again telling people on how nothing good had come from that. David Mabuza himself, one of the videos that I saw trending on the social media as they were coming out from that chamber, they asked him, how's it things going there about Palapal? The only comment he says that things does not look good at all. Which means these people, within themselves, they had some misunderstanding and disagreement over there. They did not agree on one point. And that is the reason why you get to see people such as Mbalula coming out in the media threatening up all the ANC members who will try to vote against the president. Because these things started inside the ANC. And now they are taking it out. And according to the information we have in our possession, their plans are that they should not give the opposition power to vote against the president of Republic Ramaphosa. Because if the opposition win again this vote, which means it will make the majority of the ANC become useless. It will make majority of the ANC look like, this one, the majority for nothing. Whenever the opposition put pressure on them, they give up easy. They vote against their own leadership in the ANC. Because all the ANC members who've been trying to discuss about this matter of Pala, they know, they can see that here, there, the president have messed up. But what can we do to cover him? Let's have listen to Mbalula. What is he saying here? Today, that is today, as he was attending one of the ANC meeting, he had to tell people these words.
We supported him because he's our president. There are those who say he must be isolated. How do you isolate your president? Some of us within the organization have attacked our president. You don't do that. Even our worst opponents don't do it. And this comrade and this president have led from the front. And when I say that as the head of elections, I don't do that because the president has always been available. Comrade Nono, you've got your new collective. Even yourself as the chair of this province. When we went to a conference, people were going different directions. Comrade Bushima Peki, you could have used your power.
Guys, that is Mbalula telling people that the president is ours. We can't abandon him. So which means, even if the president did something wrong, you're not going to abandon him. Simple as that. You're not going to abandon him because he's yours. And this linked to what I was telling you earlier on, to say that the ANC, they're not going to make things easy for opposition party to just be kicking their president out of the office like anytime they feel like doing so. They have done it with Jacob Zuma. Now, they are trying to do it with President Ramaphosa. So they don't want that. So regardless of all the wrongdoing or all the mistake that the president have committed in this Pala saga money, for them, they feel like, no, we need to protect him for our own interest. We'll sort the rest after. So in this NEC meeting that they've been having, they had come to an agreement whereby they should leave the president and they will come and sanction the president on Friday, as they'll be starting their 55th ANC Congress. So kind of like, let us make president survive in the parliament. But since we are going to vote the new leadership of the ANC, then we will decide whether the president will remain there. That it is those who support president had proposed. Now, those who don't support president, such as people who support Zwelemukise, them, they feel like, no, this is not going to work in their advantage. Because remember when this report came out, we see Dr. Mukise trying to celebrate because he knew that it was another way of the president to be eliminated in the race, so that he can take over or have another candidate. Because when we're looking at things the way it is, If they had to put Ramaphosa there, they put him there. I don't see him surviving, and you guys are going to give me, you are going to agree with me before Sunday. I don't see him surviving. Ramaphosa is going to beat him again with a lot of a gap, because see how many members of the ANC who are supporting Ramaphosa so far. So people who were not supporting Ramaphosa, they had rejected that proposal. They were like, no, they should deal with him in the parliament straight away. This one like, no, let us not do it in the parliament, because the opposition, they'll feel proud of themselves. They'll feel like, yeah, we have made it. So they wanted to go and sanction the president in the upcoming Congress by voting someone else than President Ramaphosa himself. And the other people, they're like, no, 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 no. When we look the majority which the president have, and people that we have in our possession will come and vote for us, is not going to work. So let's wait and see what will happen. But at least what you should take from this is that yesterday, you as a voter, you get to understand the kind of people you had voted. You get to see kind of people you have sent to the parliament. People that they do things according to their own interest and their own advantage. Things that benefit their own, what suit them. And not you. I asked you a question earlier on to know if there is any member of the parliament whom you know very well that you had voted in the previous election. I ask you guys to know whether these members, they have come to you and consult with you, even through their social media, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, just to ask, guys, I'm thinking to say no. What do you think about? Should I say no or yes? Go and check how many of them they had communicated with their own community who had voted for them. So this, it should be something that you should take a lesson. If you are happy with their vote, if you are so satisfied with their no or yes in the parliament, then bravo, I clap for you. But if you are not happy, maybe you see that no, things should have been done in a different way, but you are not happy the way they have done it, then you need to put that in your mind, so that next time when you see these people coming to you asking you for your vote, you should think twice before you get to give it. Isn't it this giving the EFF leader Julius Malema the right when he says that South Africans should stop playing victims every time, when they know that they have also their responsibility to play. They have a role to play in all this. Because the president of EFF had blamed the voters of South Africa, saying that they are not doing what they're supposed to do. They will come and complain, but tomorrow they will go and vote the same people over and over. He even asked people on how could you be voting the same people over and over since 1994, and yet there's nothing good happening.
14 utabo saying or go voter or before kids erikitsenentwane how tenantwane ntwana ye flash ke toilet ya mukoti in your right mind wabotsa mo toileteng yo we ya go voting station o votela ANC labar ANC ki di drugs who are addicted. What type of madness is this? Awarobahala, di puladiana, no, it's raining. Wana the whole day, kadi 13 utabar mama, meti akena montlung, litiba meti the whole night, the following day, wabo yako voting station, osa robala, uletu ilwali meti the whole night, wabawuvotela the same ANC. How fair the things must change. How can they change when you have not changed your own vote? Change your vote first before you can see the change you want.
I believe those questions have made sense now that you have watched and understand what was his message. Politicians, they are not to be trustworthy. You must think twice before you get to place your vote. Yesterday, what you saw is nothing compared to what is up to come. There will be worse that will be happening in that parliament. As long as this kind of people still be there, as long you still have this kind of political parties, you must be able to always expect dramas after drama. There is nothing good will come. I myself, I saw this coming. I knew it that nothing good was going to come out from that parliament. I knew it that the president was going to survive this all motions or impeachment, whatever you call it. I knew it. And I also knew that the ANC was not going to allow the opposition party to walk away with that victory. So they went for it, they fought for it, and they get it. Now it is up to you to know. You have seen everything, you witness everything, you have our analytics, you get to understand who have done what and who have not done nothing. In the upcoming election, I believe you'll know who to vote and who not to vote. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video until now. My name is Dobsi Nyembe. Do me a favor, please, before you leave. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me your thumbs up. I will really do appreciate. And stay tuned for our upcoming video. But for now, continue to be yourself. Be good. Be kind. Have respect for everyone in order for you to be respected. May God bless you all. I'll see you again very soon. Ciao, ciao.